Hello, everyone. Welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host, Chris. Welcome to another video for Arrow Season 3, Episode 23. This is entitled, My Name is Oliver Queen. And this is the season finale, Episode 23, guys. Season's over. All right, a lot to talk about here. Well, not only we got to talk about a little bit about the episode, but about the entire season as well, as a whole. But this episode, I thought was a good episode. I thought that the finale, the actual ending, was probably the weakest of all the seasons. My favorite was season 1. I thought had the best finale, and then season 2 was downgrade, and now season 3 is even worse, or I wouldn't say worse, but it's a downgrade from the other seasons. I just thought it was so strange. I mean, Oliver, it was basically almost like a series finale, like the show is going off the air, and that's how they ended. I mean, that's what it seemed like. I mean, Oliver and Felicity going off into the sunset, and he's given up being a hero or whatever and letting everyone else take over, and the city's in good hands and yada yada, and then he's going off to do his own thing, and it seemed like a series finale instead of a season finale. Very odd. I mean, I didn't really care for that. I want Oliver Arrow to be Arrow. I don't want him doing that. I mean, it just seemed weird to me. But overall, I thought it was a good episode. I thought it was a good episode. I didn't think it was a great episode. The beginning, I never thought. No, I don't think anybody was fooled about the team being dead in the prison or whatever. But I thought it was cool though, having the Flash come in there and zip in there and then say some cool one-liners like, "Oh, they got a hot tub," and this is a real dungeon. It's like, it was funny. And him breaking them out, and that was it. I mean, I was hoping that they would have the Flash in it more. I mean, it would make sense to have him help the city throughout the city with this Alpha Omega virus. Because I mean, they had to go around the city trying to find these dudes that had the virus. I mean, with the Flash, he could have just went, throughout the city, and it would have been over. But I would have thought they would have used him more. But I guess that's a negative. I wish they would have used the Flash more in this episode. But also another negative of mine is the actual fight on top of the dam with Roz and Oliver. Or Arrow. I was surprised, man. I was super, super surprised and thought it was just awful that somehow Oliver was able to kill Ra's al Ghul. I mean, I was surprised. I was like, really? I mean, they're going to have him kill Ra's al Ghul just like that. I mean, yeah, he did some more training in, was it Nanda Parbat or whatever? And he's been training with the League and yada yada, but it's like he still shouldn't be able to beat Ra's al Ghul. I mean, that cliffhanger, the mid-season cliffhanger, where Ra's just was like a badass and stabs Oliver and kicks him over the cliff, and it was just and then stuck that sword right into the rock, and he was just like, "You can't touch me. I am the best of the best. I cannot be beaten." And then he fights him on top of the dam. They're going toe to toe, and it's just like, really? I mean, and then he's able to stab it and kill him. I mean, it looks like he's dead. I mean, they didn't say he was dead, but I mean, he looked dead. I think it would have been better if he would have maybe got like a shot on him, like got him like a good shot, but then he like fell over the dam, and at least you'd be like, oh well, he may not be dead, But that way, it was just like, I wasn't a big fan of that. I mean, him killing Ra's al Ghul like that, I thought it was kind of cheap. But overall, I mean, I just don't know what they were doing. I mean, I don't know what they were doing with that, but that's a negative for me. Oliver going off in the sunset's a negative. The flashbacks, the whole entire season, for me, have been way downgraded from previous flashbacks from like season 1 and 2 were great. I mean, you wanted to see the flashbacks of the island and what was going on there and who these people were, and they were great and compelling. This season's flashbacks were just so bad. I mean, they weren't bad, but they just weren't necessary. I mean, they weren't compelling. It was just all about the Yamashiros. I mean, Katana. Learning about Katana's cool, and and then what happened to their son? Okay, but I mean, it just didn't make any. There wasn't anything there. It was just like worthy of knowing. We found out about the Alpha Omega virus. We found out who Katana is and who Maseo is and who their son Akio was. But that's it. I mean, we see some clips of Amanda Waller this season and General Shreve and whatever. And then we get a little bit of that, what he was doing in Hong Kong, but it wasn't compelling like the previous season's flashbacks. And I thought maybe there would be more like closure on Maseo's story. I mean, he goes off to join the League, but at the end, he's just like, I can't deal with this. I'm out. Goodbye. It's just like, really? And then he just leaves. And it's just like, okay. I don't know. That was just so weird as well. I mean, Oliver torturing the general, and then, and then Maseo just leaving, just like that. It's just like, I don't know. I didn't buy it. I did not buy it. We got to see that, they have the ashes of their son. We see that, but that's it. I mean, we got to find out that Katana is, going to go Life of Solitude and whatever, and going to go back to the Life of Solitude. I mean, it's just like, okay, I hope we see more of her next season. I really do, because she's a cool character. I liked her, but being Maseo and all that, I mean, I just wish there would have been more there. Like, why did he join the League? I mean, it just, I don't know. And he just left so abruptly. It just didn't make too much sense to me why he would leave so abruptly like that. But yeah, I mean, other than that, guys, I mean, there was a few things that were a little bit disjointed about. There was actually a lot about this season. It was kind of disjointed, up and down roller coaster ride. It wasn't like the previous seasons where it was up there. This season was a little bit. I mean, it had some good episodes, and it had some ones that were okay, and they were fine. But overall, it was an up and down roller coaster. Disjointed flashbacks. Also, another thing is when Oliver and Roz were fighting, and then at the end, then Oliver gets shot by like 5 times by sniper fire, falls over the waterfall. I'm just like, you should be dead. I mean, they're like, oh, well, you're wearing the League armor. I'm like, I don't care if he's wearing Iron Man suit. I mean, he got like shot like with like a, what is it, like a 22 caliber sniper rifle or something? It seemed like. I mean, it might not have been a 22 caliber, but I mean, he got shot, a lot. I'm like, yeah, you think there'd be like some wounds or something. That was kind of strange, and I don't know, kind of just an odd thing. I mean, I don't know, but. And then we see, the atom, that explode at the end. Obviously, he's not dead. Obviously, I mean, they got that show, the other show that they're going to do, DC's Legends of Tomorrow. He's going to be in it. We all know that. So, he's not dead. I don't buy that. And then Malcolm taking over, the League. Okay, that's cool. I can deal with that. Malcolm's a cool character. I liked him in this episode. I really did. And Thea. I liked Thea in this episode. She's like one of the only characters I think that's evolved positively. I mean, she only had like a couple episodes where she'd come off as whiny. But the previous season, she was just like complete character that was just like, go away. You're just whiny brat. I can't stand you. And now she's a strong character. I guess she's gonna be Speedy or Red Arrow or whatever. And that's cool. I liked her in that. She looked like she could do it. I mean, I liked her as the Red Arrow. That was cool. So, what's going to happen with Diggle, I have no idea. But you know, his character. I mean, I didn't really have. I mean, what he was upset about, I could certainly understand that. I think everything will turn out okay, though. You know, it would be interesting though what they do with that if he comes back, how he's going to feel. But I think he'll be back. I mean, this is a a team that sticks together. So, I think that they'll be back. He'll be back. He's not going anywhere. But yeah, overall, guys, it was a good episode. Not a great episode. Not a great finale. I wish there would have been more of a cliffhanger there. But yeah, I mean, they just kind of just like ended it. It was just like, hopefully maybe they want to do it this way, and then maybe they'll reset things. Maybe they want to reset what they're going to do next. Maybe they were ending this story and they're done, and then maybe they're in season 4 they're going to reset things and start over fresh. Let's hope that they do. Because they need something to pick it up from this season. I mean, the flashbacks were weak. Some of the episodes were up and down, but it looks like Captain Lance also is back on the helping out. At least he helped out at the end. That was a cool line that he said that, oh, the city's under attack. It must be May. So that's like every May, the finale. There's always like a event that happens to the city. So that was a funny line. But yeah, guys, Ra's al Ghul, I think they didn't use him properly this season. I mean, that mid-season finale, I thought he was badass, cool character. But then at the end here, having Oliver kill him, and it just seemed like a very weak character. But yeah, I wish they could have used him more, and he could have been like really potentially be a real threat, as a story arc down the line. I mean, we still have Deathstroke, can come back. I mean, he's not dead. I mean, I don't understand why they would kill off one of the baddest villains in Ra's al Ghul, but maybe Malcolm will head up that, and maybe Malcolm will be back to being baddest of the bad and be Ra's al Ghul, maybe, that we all know. I mean, maybe. So, yeah, guys. Any other things you guys want to touch on, please write in the comments below. But overall, this season, oh no. Overall, this season, I did like the season overall. I mean, we've seen a lot of interesting characters. And I really, really enjoyed the season. I really did, even though it was up and down and whatever, and the flashbacks weren't as great. But overall, I really loved it. And we got to see all these different other. We got to see more of Nissa. Laurel, even though the Laurel character I think is not believable as Black Canary. I mean, she has evolved. There's no doubt about that. Finding out who Oliver is and becoming Black Canary and training with Wildcat and all that. I mean, so she's come along. Thea has drastically stepped up and come along this season, now becoming Red Arrow, Speedy. So she's, I think, one of the most evolved characters this season. We got to see the relationship with Oliver and Felicity more this season. It seems like it's going to be even more now going forward. We got to see what else? I think we got to see Captain Boomerang this season, which was cool. And having we got to see Diggle's brother in that one flashback scene. That was interesting. That his brother and everything. Got to see more of Deadshot and all of the Suicide Squad and all that. It was cool. A lot of really good episodes, guys, this season. More of Felicity's mother. We got to see her a lot in this season. We got to see Ray Palmer and him creating the Atom suit, and more on his character is going to evolve and go off and do his own thing. Losing Roy this season. Roy was a character that I started warming up to too. I mean, last season I think he wasn't that great, and now this season he came along and it was he was a cool character towards the end, and now and then he's off, maybe going to do his own thing or whatever. So and then the whole thing with Sarah dying, being killed, and there's going to be more with Sarah. That thing is not done. That's not done with Sarah. So, but that whole thing with Sarah and was a cool episode. I mean, that was a shock. Just so there was some cool episodes, guys, this season. But overall, I really liked the season. It was a little up and down here and there. The flashbacks weren't as great, but there was a lot of cool characters, and I think the next season is going to be even better. I really do. I think it's going to be even better, and I think that they'll right the wrongs that they did, and they'll pick it up. And a lot of these characters will evolve more. I mean, Thea's going to evolve more. Laurel, I think, will evolve more, and that's cool. She's training with Nyssa. I like that. I like Nyssa character. I hope we see her more, helping Laurel or whatever. But it seems like she's bowing down to Merlin now, the new Ra's al Ghul. So, who knows? I mean, that, could mean another bad character. I mean, Ra's al Ghul now, Merlin is the new head. So who knows what he's going to do moving forward. So, and I think that they need a new bad guy. They really do need a new bad guy overall. But I can't wait to see. I have no idea what they're going to do from here. I mean, obviously I think Oliver will come back and the team will be back together, but I can't wait until next season. I really can't, guys. But please in the comments below what you thought of this season, what you thought of this episode. Also like and subscribe, guys. I do appreciate that. But I've enjoyed this season. I really have. I can't believe it's over for the season, but that will do it for me for doing the videos for season 3 of Arrow. And I have enjoyed doing them. It's a lot of fun. So if you guys want to write in the comments what you thought of this whole season, please do in the comments. But that will do it for me. I am Chris for Christopher's Entertainment Blog. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy. I'll see you next season.